Yo, hey, wanya ngalam jananggo, wanya yen yeran gan, wanya ngalam malulu, karin na nami, jojo mo birono, kayan man murangai, chagun gungan yongo, birian na aju, barnji jimi, chakan bara nujuno, jundul goji. Yo, way, wanya, nara. Hello, my name is Lyndon Davis. I'm a descendant of the traditional custodians of the Sunshine Coast, in particular Mooloolaba and Maroochy districts, and very privileged to say Wanya in the language of the Kabi or Gubbi speaking people of the Sunshine Coast, my ancestors' language. And today we're here at the University of the Sunshine Coast at the Makers Space building, where, you know, I welcome you all to come to the Mind of Plant Symposium, be held here in the Sunshine Coast districts, the lands of my ancestors, and I'm just privileged to be able to say welcome, Wanya, in the Aboriginal language of this region, to everybody out there that I'm talking to. Pay respects to you, the elders, past and present, the traditional custodians of your landscapes that looked after your landscapes for countless generations before we got here, so always acknowledge those families that looked after this place before us, and the more we know about this place, the better we can look after it. We have many stories about our plants in this district. This is where the bunya pine tree grew. These trees grew up to 100 metres tall, and they were 11 to 15 metres round at the base. The fruit only grew at the top of the tree, right at the head, and so every year from December through to March, coming into season, you'd have to climb the tree to get the fruit. Our families would hold a large gathering where people would from far and wide would travel at least 300 kilometres in either direction to come for cultural business. And so we have a lot of special plants, animals in this district that we hold in high regard because our families looked after it before us, and now that we are here, the more we know about our plants and our animals, the better we can look after it as well. So, you know, on behalf of my family from Bunya country here in Sunshine Coast, University of Sunshine Coast, I'd like to say Wanya ngalam janango, welcome everyone to our country. Go away.
Welcome everyone to the symposium this morning, this evening. I don't know what time it is for you, but we are very excited. There is many people. There are many people online. There are many people signed up to join us, and it's a real privilege to share with you all. I leave the word to John to introduce the project and how the day is going to unfold.
Okay, welcome everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. We have quite an impressive international group, and one thing you can do is if you look under the Delegates tab, you can click on the map and see where everyone is from, and it's quite amazing. And this is the beauty of the online format, right? The incredible international crowd. So just a bit about the symposium and where the idea came from. It's actually based on a forthcoming book by the same name, The Mind of Plants, Reimagining the Nature of Vegetal Life. And so all of the presenters today are featured in that book, and it will be published later this year. And this book explores the idea of the mind of plants, right? There's a lot of press now, in fact, about emerging science saying that plants have a kind of inner life. They have an ability to behave and to act with volition in the world. It's quite an exciting area of science. But the aim of the book is to bring poetic and literary and personal perspectives on that emerging science. So look out for that book. That will be published later this year by a wonderful press called Synergetic, which specializes in consciousness and sustainability. On behalf of the organizers, I would like to thank the team at Arts Front, which is an incredible organization doing a lot of important work on the junction of arts and activism and technology. And Lee will say a bit more about that. So that's all I want to say. I'll just pass it back to Monica or Patricia to say a few more words from the perspective of the organizers.
Well, I'm Patricia Vieira. I want to welcome everyone. I am one of the co-editors of the book that John just mentioned, The Mind of Plants. And we, the organizers of the symposium, are really thrilled to have so many people from all over the world participating in this symposium. And we are happy about this because while we were preparing the book, one of our ideas was the ideal of dispersal. So we didn't want to have a book that was predetermined by the three of us. We wanted it somehow to arise organically, in the same way as plants disperse their seeds and they just let them go in the wind. And so this is the spirit that animated the project, the beginning of the project of The Mind of Plants. We asked different people to send us essays about a particular plant that they either worked with or had lived with or had encountered and made a mark on their lives. And so this is what we wanted to do. And this is also the spirit animating this symposium, that we want to gather people, but this gathering is not supposed to be a unity. It's a gathering in dispersal in the same way as plants gather and disperse themselves and their seeds throughout the world. So I want to welcome you all to this gathering in the spirit of sharing, and that's the name of all of our sessions. Our sessions will be moments of sharing, but this gathering is also done in dispersal. I'm currently in Lisbon, so I'm speaking from European time. Some of my colleagues are in Australia, others are in Indonesia. So we are ourselves as organizers a dispersed group, and we are really thrilled to welcome also a dispersed group of participants to this event. So nice to see and hear from everyone who is sharing this moment with us.
Thank you, Patricia, and beautifully said. That's exactly the spirit. And so we are hoping that all of you feel not just as attendant and just participating as active participant. The project, the bigger project, the bigger vision, as Patricia just beautifully described it, needs all of us. And it needs all of us actively contributing and creating and envisioning. So we are hoping that this is just a beginning of something much bigger that we can all contribute to. And it is time. So I'm very excited for the day. I am sitting and speaking to you from Arakwal country in the Northern River of Australia, New South Wales. And I invite you as well to acknowledge the country that you are sitting on. Let us know where you are, and let us share it in the chat so that everyone can see, and have a beautiful day. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Leah Barclay, and it's an incredible privilege to be a part of this amazing event to celebrate the content that is in this remarkable book. So I'm just going to very, very briefly introduce the Arts Front platform, which we're all connected on today. So this is a brand new digital platform that's been led by Feral Arts, a national organisation in Australia, and it's funded by the Australia Council for the Arts, which is the Australian government's arts funding and advisory body. And the system has been in development for a number of years. This is a live beta testing of the system, and it's officially launching in November. So as a symposium today, you're actually part of one of the very first groups to use this incredible platform. It's a unique digital model where the system is really being designed to connect people and facilitate collaborations. All users that are contributing content own their own content, and one of the main priorities of Artsfront is really valuing Indigenous knowledge systems and being guided by the principles of First Peoples First. So the system, as you can see, is very multidisciplinary. It's creative-led and research-focused, and it's really linked into the SDGs and has this strong vision to connect people across the planet to respond to some of the greatest challenges of our time. So this is by far the largest event that has ever been hosted on the system. We have over 1,000 registrations. You may have noticed we started slightly later with a tiny little hiccup, but we're really excited to be able to present this event on this platform today. And if you have any comments or feedback, please leave them in the chat or send us an email. Which all of our contact details will be in the chat throughout the day. And if you do have any problems, if the system has a bit of a hiccup, just reload it and rejoin the live stream. And I just wanted to, for 1 second, just screen share the interface itself to show you some of the ways you can connect through the day, which John mentioned at the very start of the session. If I just screen share here, you can see hopefully the interface that you're all watching us on. You can see the very active chat, which we would encourage you to add comments and questions throughout the day. Your questions will be filtered through to the presenters. As John mentioned, you can connect to different presenters on that tab by clicking on any of their profiles, and you can then open up some information about them, bios, social media links, and email them directly. And the same thing with the delegates. So you might see a comment from a delegate throughout the day and you'd like to connect directly with them. You're very welcome to do that directly through the system. And as John also mentioned, there is an incredible photo feed. You can click on the sessions tab and scroll through to all the different sessions throughout the day, see exactly who's presenting where and when. And you can, of course, come back to this system after the symposium and rewatch some of these sessions. But if you click on the photo feed, you're able to see all of the images that are being added throughout the day. We would very much encourage you to add your own images from the places that you're joining us from across the world. You can do this from your mobile phone by SMSing the photo link or uploading directly from your computer. And you can obviously look at them through this photo feed here, but you can also view the photos on the map. So if I click view map, we're then able to see all of the different images that have come in so far. If I zoom in and show you just one example very quickly, you're able to see these images being added in real time. And we'll come back and have a look at how much the map has evolved throughout the day at lunchtime. And I'm going to keep it very short. And we are now going to move on to our first grounding session. So I will now hand you over to Willow and Catherine Francis. Thank you very much.